Hi, and welcome to the Ask Dr. Angela podcast with everyone's favorite OBGYN, Dr. Angela Jones. Have you ever been too embarrassed or shy to ask your own doctor about your, girl parts? Well, you've come to the right place to get straight answers. Feel free to ask Dr. Angela anything women's health related. Obstetrics and gynecology? She keeps it real. Pregnancy? She's been there, done that. Menopause? She'll get you through. Young or old, Dr. Angela's got you covered, girl. Now here's Dr. Angela.
What's good, people? This is Dr. Angela, everyone's favorite OBGYN, and I would like to officially welcome you to episode 279 of the Ask Dr. Angela podcast. Summertime is over. It has been a hot one. Here on the Jersey Shore, it's been crazy hot, crazy humid. I'm actually really looking forward to the fall. The fall has become my favorite season. And really, for me, it's all about the fall fashion. Love the coats, the boots, all of that. So I can't wait to be able to wear some of that stuff and just the layering. We are such girls in my house, and I do mean that both literally and figuratively since we're all girls in my residence. Anyway, we're going to jump right into today's question. This is an email question that I got via the website. And I always tell you guys, if you have a question, you can reach out to me in any number of ways, whether it's email, direct message on social media, etc. But today's question comes to us from Giovanna. And Giovanna says to me, "So I am not sure what is going on here. When I pull back my clitoral hood, it has white stuff around my area, just on the clit, and I wiped it away. Then later on, I look again, and it seems there's peeled skin off of the clitoris. Please let me know what you think. I have an OBGYN appointment in the next couple of days, but I am concerned." So, Giovanna, this is actually a really good question. First of all of the questions that you all submit to me are good questions. There are never any bad questions or dumb questions. The dumb questions are the ones that you don't ask because every question is worth acknowledgement and answering. So, you can submit anything and I'll get to you. But Giovanna, this is a really good question because it brings us back to normal physiology of our body and its parts. And so certainly the white stuff that you're seeing around your clitoral hood is secondary to, the oils, dead skin cells, and secretions that are normally released in this area. Some, if you Google this, will, find smegma, which is, basically what I just said to you. It's released from basically the glands around the vagina. And again, it's a buildup of dead skin cells, oil, and other fluids. You can also see this in the skin folds of the vagina. It might look like exactly what you described it, white. You may have a little bit of an unpleasant odor. It might be thick and look like, cottage cheese. But this is something that's normally and naturally released by your body on a daily basis. And its significance basically is to help lubricate, your genitals and to help the skin from, feeling dry, itchy, etc. And so certainly you are doing the right thing by washing it off. It certainly can recur and will recur, but, I will stress hygiene in this circumstance. And I'm not implying that you don't have good hygiene, but just, making sure that you have good hygiene and that you're cleaning the area to prevent its buildup will prove to be beneficial in your report. I think that you are absolutely doing the right thing by going to see your OBGYN just to make sure that there isn't anything else going on, like a yeast infection. But you didn't mention that this is coming from your vagina, although I will say to you that you certainly can have cutaneous yeast, warm and moist breech vaginitis, specifically yeast. So it would not be completely out of the question to assume that this also could be a yeast infection. So I think that going to see your OBGYN, again, is a great idea so that you can make sure that there's nothing more significant going on. But it doesn't sound like you have too much to worry about. I want to just say thank you so much, Giovanna, for submitting this question and for reaching out. It was a good question, and hopefully I've answered it to your satisfaction. If you happen to have a question that you want featured or discussed on the Ask Dr. Angela podcast, you know how to reach me. www.askdrangela.com. That's AskDrangela.com. You can also hit me up on any of my social media venues. Once you go to the website, there are icons that you can press. I'm on Facebook, Twitter, Instagram. You can direct message me there or simply submit an email. I will get back to you. I have scores and scores and scores of emails that we're getting to on a daily basis. So if you think that I'm not getting back to you, trust I will eventually get to your question. As usual, I'd like to thank you all so much for tuning in and for following and for all the continued love and support that you all show. I'm amazed on a pretty daily basis at the reach of this podcast, and I am forever grateful and thankful for, again, your continued support. In closing, I would like to leave you with a quote from, y'all know, one of my favorite books of inspiration, She Went Out on a Limb, a book of inspiration for women by Sandy Gingras. And today, she says, listen to your inner voice. I'm going to say that again. Listen to your inner voice. After all, it barely and rarely steers us wrong. Until next time, look better, feel better, be better. I cannot wait to reconnect on episode 280 of the Ask Dr. Angela podcast.
Thank you for listening to the Ask Dr. Angela podcast. For more information on women's health and the show notes for this episode, please visit Dr. Angela at www.askdrangela.com. While you're there, don't forget to leave your own message for Dr. Angela. See you soon! All of the information provided and discussed in this podcast is for educational and informational purposes only and should not take the place of consulting a physician. This podcast is not intended to diagnose, treat, or cure any disease or illness and does not and should not replace treatment from a medical professional.